Hello, my dear Pisces. This is your love and spirituality reading for the month of July with me, Queen of Cups Tarot. I will come back with every other weekly readings or mid-month readings again in August, but this reading will be for the whole month of July. So I have cut myself here recently, just now, so I have to have a little band-aid. Hope it won't freak you out. So I use the Legacy of the Divine Tarot, and I will start to shuffle your cards. I call the Divine with love and light, and I call the 4 archangels in the 4 corners of the world, and I call the 6 elements: earth, wind, fire, water, spirit, and ether to join us here today and to give us a clear view reading for my dear Pisces viewers. So I want my dear Pisces to have love in their lives, and I want you to have creative success and to be able to walk on your highest path towards your highest destiny. So loving relationships also. Okay, so we have cards flipping here: Ace of Coins and 5 of Cups. So it might be a project or a relationship or something at work that have made you a little bit disappointed, or an earth sign might have been this as well. Ace of Coins is something that you hoped would give you joy, or like a new start that you hoped would be something beneficial, but it turned out making you disappointed in some way, or even very, very sad with this card. So the sun will be in Cancer at the start of this month and join there together with Mercury and Mars. Venus will be in Taurus, and July 5 Mercury will transit over to Leo, and Venus moves from Taurus to Gemini. July 9 we will have the full moon in Capricorn, and July 21st Mars and Sun will transit over to Leo. July 23rd we will also have the new moon in Leo, and Mercury and moon moves into Virgo July 25. The 25th of July Venus moves into Cancer July 31st. And for you Pisces, you have Neptune moving retrograde in Pisces. Moon moves also through July 13 to 14. Okay. So I will just tune in for a few seconds. Okay. So my dear Pisces, this is your future, and this is your now, and this is the past. The past will probably be June, the present will be July, and the future will be in August. Okay. So the first card for you is 8 of Coins. 8 of Coins is a beautiful card about working on some project, trying to solve problems, finding out, like, it's problem solving. We see also the person is reading something. It's probably some instructions, but it might be a letter as well. And we see he has 5 coins here, and 3 is in the making. So it's a work in progress. It's something that you probably put a fairly amount of time into for a long time. 8 of Coins is usually a card where we don't want to give up on our current work or relationships, or we want to continue working. We want to have this. We want to make the project successful, whatever it takes. And it's also a beautiful willingness in this card to actually do what's right and do your fair share of work. We also saw the 6 of Coins coming out. So 6 of Coins is sometimes that you are overdoing things, or giving too much, or giving too little. But here with 8 of Coins, I think that you are putting in a lot of effort in a certain project or relationship. So the next card is Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups is Cancer usually, but in this case it's probably you. being very, maybe you're working on your emotions, maybe you're trying to be less dramatic, or you're trying to get to know your emotions. Maybe you try to read them or try to find a way to satisfy them, or maybe you love somebody. That might be it. Also, when the Queen of Cups comes, it doesn't always be about Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. It can also be about emotions or being loved, because this is what your star signs symbolize. Someone working with their emotions, maybe trying to get to know them, trying to communicate with yourself, finding your own feelings in different things, because we can be like this. We want things in a certain kind of way. We had worked our way to a relationship or some kind of project, and then our emotions get in the way, and maybe you get dramatic when you don't want to be, or you don't get a feeling for a person when you want to have feelings for them, or it doesn't feel right with the work environment, or you're getting emotional about something, and this is it can be kind of hard for people when this happens, when you try to do something right and then your emotions gets in the way. But when the Queen of Cups comes like this, it wants to say that you need to follow your emotions. You need to follow your intuition, even if they are seemingly dragging you to hell, because sometimes you think you need to put a lid on your emotions. The Queen of Cups often have a lid on her emotions because she thinks that they are overwhelming for others. She can cope, but she doesn't think that others can cope with her emotions. But usually this is how the divine is guiding the Queen of Cups. So she needs to be emotional. She needs to be, and I say she, but it can as easily be a he here. But we will see where these emotions will take you, or this person might be a person that you are working together with, might be a Cancer, Scorpio, or another Pisces person. And here you have a Five of Swords. So it seems like your willingness to work and your very clear emotions is getting you into some trouble. Five of Swords. You're fearing defeat. You're fearing being humiliated. I see this beautiful willingness and openness with you, and maybe you fear that it will be taken advantage of, or that people in your surrounding won't really understand you or won't know what you are coming from, because sometimes people can take our emotions personally. They can think that it's kind of an attack against them. So I usually advise people to take responsibility for their emotion and say, I got upset, I feel like this, I got angry, and I got angry because of. And here it seems like someone is really angry or disappointed. It might be a person trying to win over you, or you are trying to win over another person. But with Eight of Coins and Queen of Cups, it's likely that you're really trying your best, and it's not working anyway. People are getting upset with you anyway. So we'll see what this is about. The next card is a little Page of Cups. So it might be that you are dealing with a younger person, or you are as a younger person are dealing with an older person, or this might be in a relationship between parents and children as well. It might also be co-parenting when you are dealing with another parent, and there might be some upset emotions between people here. Five of Swords is someone is trying to win. Someone doesn't want to be humiliated. Sometimes also it's this thing where our thoughts gets the best of us, and we jump into conclusion. We think that a person is out to get us, or they want to win over us, or they are trying to manipulate us with feelings or whatever to make us do what they want. So it can be like a misunderstanding here between to people. It might also be a misunderstanding within you. Maybe you are an adult trying to take care of your inner child, and your inner child might be whiny or doesn't want to do things in the way that you want them. But it's really, the fives is about this harmony. So with the fives, you really need to find like a clear grip on things, aiming towards one direction. You need to get over your inner split, and you also need to try to, with words, maybe pages are loving messages as well. So you might need to try to speak to someone in a more loving way. There's a book, I don't know if it's come in any English language, but it's called like Giraffe Language. Probably it's worldwide. I have only read it in Swedish. And it's about this, how you can speak with your words so people doesn't take it the wrong way and you don't rub them the wrong way. You just tell everything very clearly about yourself and from your point of view, and you don't make them responsible, because sometimes we want someone in a relationship to understand us, but if they do, it can actually be like the relationship becomes impossible, because if they really know where you're coming from and you really know where they're coming from, then you see that you might not be able to end up together, because one person might want to get the next step in the relationship and the other doesn't. It's a much younger energy here. So when you really talk things through, honestly from your heart, and if no one is lying here, sometimes this is lying and manipulating to get your will through, then you might find out that you are not really having the same end goal with the project, the relationship, the situation overall. So that might be why people have such a hard time to really tell the truth about how they feel, because if they do, the other person might see the reality, like make a reality check and see that, well, this relationship isn't something I can build on. The next card is a Page of Coins. So I've seen this with Gemini last month in June, that this kind of love triangle. It can be a love triangle. It can also be a mother with two children that's not really getting along. This is earth, pure earth. This is pure water. So it can be any water sign. This can be any earth sign. It can also be you trying to find your way to your inner child. And it's really hard because also your inner child has many aspects. It has it's like a baby. It's like a baby crying and wants to have its needs met. And then you have another side of the baby, the side of it that wants to be loved, that wants to be nourished, and therefore try to do the best in all their situation to really make this happen. So it starts with an 8 of coins and it ends with a Page of coins. That's very much like a situation where you're trying your real best to do the very best you can. So it's a beautiful, beautiful willingness, but it's still this little 5 of swords here that's splitting the troops. So I will show you the cards more closely so I don't have to have them all before the camera in my hands. And you see this, it's a Queen of Cups here, that might be you, and there's a split in the energy. It's like a flash here, or something parting this person from these two. So it might be like an older female having a relationship with either a younger water sign or a younger earth sign, and this person have someone on the side. So this might be it. It might also be because the 8 of coins comes with the Queen of Cups on her side here. So the willingness to work on things seems to come from this side. But here, maybe they have another agenda. Maybe this person is getting, like, doing their very best to fix things and try to communicate over like really difficult borders, but really this person isn't really interested in a relationship because they already have someone else on the side. It might be this. It can also be like a mother taking a lot of responsibility in the relationship to her children, and they might not do the same way back. They might not give her the same willingness back. So we'll see with the other cards, but it's definitely many people here. So this was in the past, so it's probably some foundation, just getting us the look of the situation, seeing what's going on. As I said, it might be a love triangle or a family that has some kind of family dispute. It might also be that you are taking a lot of responsibility in a certain situation at work or in the family, and two other people like your cousins or your siblings are not taking the same responsibility. Even if it comes like a really young person, like they are usually under the age of 21, it can be a really old person acting really childish or dealing currently with their inner child. So therefore, they are not being like their normal self. They are being over emotional or doing irrational things, like people going into middle-age crisis and things like this. Then they regress to this kind of state. And it's not a bad thing. It's actually a good thing. We have different stages in our life where we need to close the stage that came before, and if something was really not worked through, then we need to go back to that state where we were still uneducated or immature, or we didn't do all the things that we needed to do. So sometimes people regress because of this reason. They have something unfinished business in a certain age. So 40-year-old male might go on acting like a 21-year-old and running around like partying and stuff because they missed out. So they need to do this before it's too late. So it's not a bad thing. It can feel like a bad thing, but it's really not. In the big picture. So here we have an 8 of coins, 9 of coins in this point. So it seems like there's a very stable person, like very non-dramatic, being able to take care of themselves and their own very vivid emotions. So even if you are feeling like you are a very emotional person, you still seem to be very, very grounded. And that might be why the Page of Cups comes with the Page of Coins, water and earth. Maybe you have worked your way through some stuff, so you have become very grounded, and you are not really so taken about what's happening around you anymore, because you have found this inner center of yours. And if you are not, I want you to find it. You can use mindfulness and put yourself in this situation where you don't have any past and no future, and you let go of control and you don't take things personally, and being very rock solid. This will actually give you like the ability to take on whatever comes, because you will be able to put yourself in this center state. You can see this girl, she has made a beautiful garden for herself, and this bridge also. So she is able to make connections with other people, and there's storm clouds outside here, but in her place there's this beautiful sunlight coming down, and she has this little pond here. That's the Page of Cups, her emotions. So she has clear access to them, even though she's now talking with a bird here, and the bird is represent flying, and that's air. So messages. She is listening to the messages of her own intuition all the time, and being very centered and focused. With work, it seems like you are very successful. You might also have been able to build a very safe home for yourself, or a safe environment. It has been built to suit your persona. You might want to go over your home and declutter it to get even even higher energy here, getting even better feelings of relaxation and centeredness. If you help with a little feng shui in your home, that will be like a great like putting in some extra effort and making the energy even better. So it seems very nice, very solid, very founded. So even if your partner have found someone new, I don't think that you are really going to be that upset. You might be sad, but if you can put yourself in this centeredness and take care of yourself and love yourself, it doesn't really matter. Other people can do whatever they want. You don't have control over them, and you don't take things personally, because they live their lives and you live yours. And sometimes our roads goes like this, and sometimes they will part like this. So it's not. It can be a big deal if you are only in your emotions, and if you are very much ahead in the future, and you think like, oh, I cannot go out on without them, and you see years upon years of loneliness, and then you really are freaked out, and you're really sad and taken by maybe a split between friends or something, because you think that will never be good again. So if you are living too much in the future, you will be very upset. So don't do this. Stay here and now, with your breath, with your heartbeat, listening to the sounds on the outside. Ground yourself. This can make you be able to go through like whatever. It's not going to matter, because you're very stable, very grounded, very focused, and very self-loving. So you take care of you, okay? The next card is the 5 Faith card. So this card is about, it's about having faith and into a power that's higher than our own power, to have faith in something grander than ourselves. And this is how you can relax yourself. You can do only your fair share. You have been very good here, working very good, and you're not punished. You have actually done the best you can, and you have found this inner centeredness of self-love. And now you need kind of the divine to do their work. Now you can't do everything yourself. You have done a good job, but from now on it's up to the divine if how the situation will sort itself out. You have really nothing to else to add here. With you have been doing things very beautifully. You have really tried your best to also grow like a person. And the 5 Faith card is also male, masculine spiritual growth. It has been a little bit like cemented, a little bit stale during the past 4,000 years or so. The religions in the world have become very authoritative and very masculine, and more for kind of being able to keep track of your slaves than to actually free people in a spiritual way. But of course, this is just for now. This High Priest card, which it is not just Fate, it's High Priest, it's Taurus as well. It's not unchangeable. It has been very stale, like religion has been very stale for many thousands of years, but this is changing because people are changing. We are becoming more individualistic. You see here with the 9 of Coins, this is a person being able to take care of themselves, and they don't need society so much, or they don't need to listen to what other people say about them. They care more about what they think about themselves and what they think about the outside world, and how to make themselves happy. So it's a little bit shadow here with this, that you might not feel really supported by society or people in general, but you're anyway taking good care of yourself. But I think this might be the next step, to actually see the good in people, not with these blue eyes, because your blue eyes has recently been taken from you. You are not like a naive person anymore. I'm sorry for all of you with blue eyes, but it's like a saying just. And this person has really, really blue eyes, being really naive and vulnerable. So I think you have recently seen something like a situation very truthfully. We have 5 5. So world religion has caused a lot of wars and battles over the world, and also this with being very founded in what you think is right. I have the truth, it's my truth, and I don't care about anyone else's truth. And then there's conflicts, of course. So that's why I want you to live and let live, and you don't control other people. They do whatever they want, as long as they don't come up and do this shit on your front door. It's okay. If they do, you need to put boundaries, and you don't take what they do personally, because it's about their conscious level and about on what state of development they are. So Taurus might be indicated. Taurus is usually not a very like competitive astro sign, but they might be a little bit rigid. So it comes this rigidity. It has always been like this. It's always going to be like this, and I'm not going to change my mind. So it's a little bit like this kind of thing, this energy. In the central, we have a really beautiful Three of Wands, and it seems like it comes from this water, so it's with you. I think you're really trying your best to both be focused on your goal. You want your ship to come in with something certain. You know what's going to make you happy, and you're very goal-oriented. And you're also very aligned with the divine. You see these wands, they are not split into any different direction. They are very like so. So you're in contact with your soul, and you know exactly what you want. But with the Three of Wands, sometimes we need to do negotiation, because this is negotiation, partnership, writing agreements, also sometimes internet dating, connecting over internet, or communicating with a person to try to make something being born out of this situation, something better. So we usually need to go into those kind of situations with persuasion. We know what we can compromise with and what we can't compromise with. So if you have an important negotiation, know yourself before you go into that, and know the background and what you want. What you want to come out from this situation. It can be, if you have divorced, it might be like making an agreement about the children, and to get like custody for children. This is a card for family and family tradition as well. So it might be family issues, marrying, divorcing, different culture things that we do. Our different maturity rights and so on. So if you are about to go into some kind of battle, maybe you're single now and you need to do this last thing before you can be free, to find out an agreement for the children. Don't go into the battle empty-handed. Know what you want out of the situation, and have some tricks up your sleeve. If you need to play dirty, go in like with this beautiful energy that you have, the Eight of Coins and the Three of Wands wants to make a win-win situation. But don't be taken by surprise if your other party is coming in with some dirty tricks, and you need to have some too. So you can have weapons in this, because this negotiation might be really important because you want to have access to your children. This can be for some of you. In other cases, it might be a love triangle again. Or it might be three people that needs to come together, like friendship or in a working related thing or in a family, and talk about how they want their future, because maybe the rules aren't really set in the family, or you haven't really been able to find a common goal. It was what I said in the start. For some of you, when you finally tell the other people exactly how you feel, and both are doing this, you might split. You might drift apart because the goals is so different. But here it seems like you have another chance of coming to some common ground. But you shouldn't sell yourself short in this situation. So staying with a partner that doesn't want to take the next step because they are a little bit childish right now or immature, you shouldn't do that. You need to put demands on them, or a timeline at least. Like, we need to see this kind of development to this date. So you don't wait for a person in eternity, because it seems like, Pisces, here that you are doing great on your own. You don't have to sell yourself in a situation, okay? The next card is Nine of Cups, and it comes underneath the Page of Cups. And Nine of Cups is talking about fulfilling your needs. It's a wish come true. It's a time of making wishes. You have also this card with the ship coming in. So I think it's much about your inner child and to make this little entity happy. Before, you might have tried to be a little bit more like working together with other people and trying to not be so edgy, or I'm not meaning in a temperamental kind of way, but maybe you wanted to be like a team player. You didn't want to be like all my way or the highway. But I think this team player thing made you not really happy. Maybe you bowed your head too low. You also had the Six of Coins before, and that sometimes is giving too much in a situation, making the situation lopsided. So you might have given too much, and your inner child wasn't happy with this, and didn't. If the inner child isn't happy, you are not happy. The inner child should be happy like a 3-year-old, thinking that they are the king of the world or the queen of the world. And this happiness that you see with really young children, it's the kind of happiness that you want to return to. And you haven't been able to do so with your beautiful willingness to do the work. It has taken you far away, but it won't take you all the way. If you want to go all the way, you need to find yourself. You need to get to know yourself and your inner child, and you need to not compromise with what's is making you happy. And sometimes you don't know as well, because you have the Nine of Cups and Nine of Coins. That's a little bit, it's connected to the Hermit, but it's the feminine part of the Hermit stage. So it's still very nurturing. It's not like the Nine of Swords and the Nine of Wands, where you go out alone like a beaten hero, bleeding all over the road and slowly dying, being this strong person, not ever letting your feelings get to you. This is another kind of hermit. This is a hermit taking care of their body, taking care of their needs, finding out what they really want and what's really going to make them happy. So it's a separation from what has been, being like a good team player in the society, and to finding out what's making you yourself happy. So many of you will be singles, or seeing things from a very singular perspective, because it's about you now. You're trying to get to know yourself, and sometimes you will be surprised, because you have thought that this will make you happy, because that's sometimes why we chart readers says be careful for what you wish for, because many people that get their wishes met, which you seem to be getting here, or at least finding out what you want, is not always what it cracked up to be, because we can have imagined this beautiful future for ourselves there, where everything would be settled and we would have this nice dream partner, and our children were going to these great schools, and we have this great job. And when we actually get it, we might feel bored, or feeling like this wasn't really what we wanted. So it might be some kind of mystery here, what's actually making your inner child happy. The inner child is very fragile, and it's like very emotional, but it's not a coward, this one. They can go with their open heart and risking it getting like in million pieces, because they are this brave, and love is above all for them. So they will risk anything to be in love, and it's like this chivalry kind of love, where you love a person to pieces even if they are long gone. So for some of you water sign, you are not going to be settled with a relationship that's actually really safe, because you are not You want to get to the bottom of your heart and the bottom of your old hurt and heal this. And if you get a partner that's really safe and doing everything in the way that they were supposed to, you might not be triggered at all, and your inner child is going to say, no, this is not the person. This is not the work situation that I wanted, because I'm not challenged here. I'm not crying at all, and I need to cry. I need to get to the bottom of my stuff. So you might be surprised with what this little inner child might come with. And this might, of course, be children being reflected. You can have them both on your inside and reflected on the outside. It's just we are mirroring each other like this. The last card is the Two of Coins. So the Three of Wands, Two of Coins. It's like working with two different situations, trying to juggle them, trying to maintain the balance. Here you were very balanced. You were able to be in the center. But when you are getting closer to either your inner children or maybe a love triangle, or people at work mirroring some of your behaviors, then you get not so rock solid anymore. And this is what I was talking about with the Page of Cups. It comes from the Page of Coins as well. This is actually Jupiter in Capricorn. So you might not be happy with things being like a flat line. Maybe you want pulse. Up and down, up and down. Life needs to be in your life. You need to cry all your tears and laugh all your laughter. And life isn't about paradisic state. We can have that when we die and get bored to death with it. But for now, we are in this this earthly three-dimensional life that is actually really exciting and really challenging, and sometimes it's hell on earth, but it's still if you watch a movie and it's all is going well for everyone all the time, it should be the most boring movie at all time. So people need excitement, they need challenges. And again, here you might be challenged by a partner having someone on the side, or you might be having someone on the side. Maybe you need excitement to make yourself happy. Maybe you are too happy with what you already have. 5 Faith card and this 9 of Cups. It might be too much. It might be too paradisic, and it's boring you to death. So this might be your partners. You might have one partner that doesn't know about the other, or the other way around here. So it's not only Pisces being victimized here, and I'm not seeing so much sadness around you. It's the 5 of Swords, so it's some kind of disagreement, and maybe a risk of being humiliated, or something being stolen from you. But I don't see you becoming so sad. It's just maybe a hard time to juggle those two people at the same time. But 2 of Coins is also karma. And if you can put yourself in the center here and keeping yourself really clear-headed, even if it's very emotional, and not, this is hope. So we ought to have hope, but not live in an illusion. So if you can keep a clear head, maybe you can solve this situation in a way that you weren't able to do before, and you will be released from this karma. So you can do something else exciting. Okay, so the next line, this was in July, and it seems like it will be a rather stable time, and you are getting many of your needs met, and you are you might have been winning over someone. You might have been winning over someone, but it's still not like exactly what you wanted, and it's going to be still need to find out. It's something that's not revealed. Because it's something within you that you need to get to know better before you will know what actually is going to make you happy. Okay, so this is the future. It's in August, and here we have some sadness, 3 of Swords. I actually expected this to come in this position, which it did for, if you want to look at Gemini, June 16 to 30, I think it has the same kind of thing here going on. So with the 3 of Swords, love triangle again is implied. it might also be like this old pain that I've talked about with your inner child, that it wants this old pain reopened, because in other case it can't heal. So it doesn't want to be happy, happy, happy all the time. It wants to have challenges like the Two of Coins, because in other case it can't heal. You might think that, why on earth did I destroy this wonderful, wonderful thing? And you did so because usually of the Page of Coins, Cups, that wants to go to the bottom of their feelings. They want to feel all their feelings, not just the happy ones. They want to have the dark side too. For some of you, it might be like enough to listen to dark music, but for others, you will seek danger a little bit. You will seek the edges of things, because you need to get challenged, and you need to get to this inner core of yourself that might be really hurt. And of course, being very grounded is a beautiful way to actually get to the bottom of your heart. Because if you have like a very adult entity installed, this is much more capable of taking care of your actual wound. So I think you have built a beautiful foundation for yourself, so you will be able to take on this wound with grace, and not being so over dramatic by it, but just sorting it out really practical. Okay, I see that I have this twist with myself. I'm a little bit off. I have this I have my needs, that's one thing, and my rational mind wants another thing, and they are colliding here. And that's probably because I have some old pattern, or I'm being hurt in some way, and I'm now being able to heal this. So I think you're really cool about whatever happens. You're still really cool about it. You don't take it so life and death anymore. You are seeing the truth of it, and you are ready to get the work done, to actually get to the bottom of yourself and heal everything about you. The next card underneath the Queen of Cups and the Fate. Fate is Taurus, and this Knight of Coins is also Taurus. So there might be a love triangle with the Taurus or any kind of earth person. And it seems like it might be that your ex-partner have like a new person, and you too. It might be like this, that both of you have a love triangle going on, but you still have this connection between you two. So you might almost feel like you're cheating towards a person that you're not, because there's a split already. The split happened already here. But I think there's a new person in your life. It can be an earth person. It's very much emphasized being an earth person. But it might also be you being very grounded, or you have met a person that's very grounded. It doesn't matter what star sign they are. But and here you see the Knight of Coins, Three of Wands, and Page of Cups. Some kind of messages, some kind of negotiation going on. Maybe your grown-up side is want this earth person, this stable person, but your inner child might not be up for it, because this person is not triggering your wound. The next card here is Four of Coins. So Four of Coins, I think you have a hard time to let someone in, or it might be this Knight of Coins having a hard time to let someone in. You have built rather strong defenses here, so you're almost getting like into the state that you don't need anyone else. And maybe you are not going to need anyone else. Maybe you are going to just take care of yourself and build on your own foundation. It might be like this. And here you have a Two of Swords. So Two of Swords is, I think you know something, and you don't let another person know the same thing. And it would be nice of you to communicate, but if you need to wait for a little while, that's okay, because you might feel confused because you got this exactly what you wanted, and here in August it seems like you might not want it anymore, or it's not triggering you on an emotional way. You are feeling like very it's like it doesn't matter for you. And Four of Coins, Two of Swords. You are keeping some kind of secret. probably from this Taurus person or with another water sign, and you're not going to tell them just yet, because you don't know yourself. Probably you don't know why you're acting this way. And you have a 2-2 here, so a decision is coming in the horizon, but you have some time to make up your mind. And we have a 4 of coins here, 9 of cups, page of coins. It seems like there's a lopsided relationship. Maybe one person is loving and the other one doesn't. And you don't know why you're getting this numb, because I think it's you that's getting numb. It can be the earth person as well, because they are surrounded by this little bit tricky cards. Okay, so it might be either way. And here you have the Chariot. So eventually you will make a choice, you will take a decision, and you will be able to move on again. And you are going to know even better what's making you tick. You're going to have a little bit better clue about what's actually going to make you happy. So 5 of Swords and the Chariot is both warriors. So I think the warrior energy is still on. And this duality too. You are on the war path because you want to have something that you didn't have, but you still haven't really found it. So you're still searching with the light everywhere. Where can it be? And it's this wings here. So it's like you're making a new plan for what's going to make you happy. You thought it was one thing, but it wasn't really like this. And you have 3 of Swords, 2 of Swords. It might be a air sign involved with all the swords here. And you have the Libra symbol there. Here you have the symbol for Cancer, and this is Sagittarius and Cancer in the same. And you had some fire energy also there, but not much fire here. So it's something with the moon here. And you see this wheel, it's your chariot, it's the wheel of your chariot. And the moon. So you need to listen to your feelings. It's the only way to find your way forward in the darkness, because you don't know the route. You thought that you knew it, but then when you got it, it wasn't really it. So you still need to follow your feelings. You're still not there. You're still on your way to find out. And you might be like a little bit irritated with yourself. But don't be. This is the road to finding out. So you are not really there yet. You don't have the answer yet, but you will get to know yourself better. And it needs to be like 2 forces being brought together to make this show on the road. And I'm sensing for some of you, you're actually wanting to get back with your original partner, even though it was a crappy relationship. You now know the value of being hurt, that it's actually what's attracting you, because this is where you can find out more about yourself. In this paradisic relationship or situation, you are not getting challenged enough. So and for this, you interested with this page of coins, it seems like they are also up in making some decision, and they can either come towards you or go away from you, and I don't really know which way they are going. So I can take a card for that. This is for Oracle of Visions. It's Ciro Marchetti. It's the same artist as with the Legacy of the Divine here. So one card for this this earth person. It's the devil, of course. So it might be a Capricorn as well. They are not the devil, but they are symbolized by the devil. Horned creatures, lustful, strong, rebellious, still being able to make a very good foundation. And so it might be the earth person that have 2 people in their lives. It doesn't have to be earth. It can be like Sagittarius or Cancer as well. Okay, and you see that this is a person, they might have love triangles easily, because it's a snake here, deception, apples, forbidden. It's not apples. It's just me that see this as apples. It's not apples. It's some kind of instrument, a glowing light here. But she has an apple there at least. Okay, so this deceptions, temptations, the redness here, passion. So it might be someone that has more than one lover, or that sex is very important for them, and maybe sexual partners is more important than a loving partner. But I will take a card for those that isn't in a love triangle, what the earth means then. So I get almost the same picture here. I think you don't want your partner to be like a dog, like very trustworthy. I think you need this excitement with the wolf thing. So why is this? Could be interesting to see. Why do you need a wolf thing or this challenge? Okay, so it's about healing. Of course, I will read this card for you because it's for you and not for someone else in your surrounding. So healing, caring, friendships. The power of love to change bodies is legendary, built in folklore, common sense, and everyday experience. Love moves the flesh, it pushes matter around. Throughout history, tendering, loving care has uniformly been recognized as a valuable element in healing. Is by Larry Dossey. It's a quote. If healing is to make one whole and love is part of the healing to the healing, then the healing energy of loving friendship is the sacred act. This card is an indication that to either give or receive the healing energy of love. Hand reaches out to send help and heal. Suggests that the main reasons we are here is to love and heal one another. A simple touch or caring gesture from a friend can mean so much. And unfortunately, it seems like you need challenge to become healed. You need a challenging partner, or you can't have this rainbow and roses. It won't reopen your wound. So you need a wolf rather than a domesticated dog in your surrounding. And it's like you need to be challenged. I have already said that. Okay, so I will move on. Past life oracle cards for Pisces. Okay, Atlantis and male, female. Yes, we had this split once. When Atlantis fell, I figure it to be like 13,000 years ago. It was a half grand year ago, you know, the big cycle when we had gone through all the star signs. So it was the end of the golden era and Atlantis fell. And it was a split between the masculine and the feminine. And we are supposed to overbridge this split right now with our own personal growth and the work that we are doing in relationships. For some of you, you need to have your opposite side. You need to go into your shadow side to find your other half, the one that you lost like some 12,000 years ago. So excavate the shadow. It's going to have the answers. What is like this thing that you're both attracted and repelled by is having the answer to your healing and to the healing between the masculine and the feminine. And sometimes we can think that in many relationships that the nurturing, loving person is doing all the work. But here I think the loving, nurturing person has taken some grandstand and are not really caring so much about fixing things anymore, but becoming very earth solid and grounded, and have actually done some kind of win, but it wasn't really all it was cracked up to be. So kind of that. So you need to keep on searching. So my dear Pisces, I hope this helped, and I will do the August reading in the like around the 17th of July. I will start to do the reading for August. Okay, so you know. I hope to see you then. Okay, bye bye.